Jim Davis securing yet another victory here. Get out of the way, boys. Jim's in town.
All right, what's up, my friends? Welcome. It's time for a little Worlds prep. All right, we're getting buckled in because we got the World Championship in holy crap, like 2 weeks. Oh my God. Of course, the World Championship this year is going to be in Vegas at MagicCon. About 100 players are qualified. I think it's 100K to first place, and most importantly, 4,000 to last place. And it's Duskmorn Standard, Duskmorn Draft, and over the next like 2 weeks here on YouTube and on stream for the next 2 days, on YouTube for the next 2 weeks, I'll be going over just a bunch of cool standard decks that I've seen as I kind of explore the format and just try and see what might work or not work. These are all deck lists I've gotten offline from tournaments that have done well. I can't be streaming my actual testings. I test with Team CFB and friends, and we can't leak our testing, obviously. So I'll do playing decks from these events and kind of like looking to see what I like and don't like. And we're starting off with a Japanese tournament, right? Yeah. Everyone loves a good Japanese tournament. And this is a deck that Denjkin, they can't even say this. It was on Melee. Went 6-2 with. This is sort of like a mixture between Domain and the Boros token deck, which is kind of cool, honestly. Of course, Overlord of the Hauntwoods and Overlord of the Mistmoors both make tokens, aside from being really good cards. And then Up the Beanstalk, and then Urbrask Forge jumping in here too. And kind of cool, you know, kind of weird to see Sunfall in a token deck, but kind of makes sense also. And kind of cutting the other, the usual elements of Domain in like Atraxa and stuff like that for the Overlords and this Caretaker's talent package. So let's just play games. I'm just gonna see how it works. Playing through a lot of games, of course, today, and just seeing how everything feels. Brought to you by Rogue. Where's my Rogue? Oh shit, where's my Rogue? It's over there. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! No, card is okay. We're good. I got my Rogue. Boom! There it is. Shake, shake, shake. We're on Fruit Punch today, and you can get Rogue for yourself. Promo code JimDavisMTG, 20% off your order. That's a good deal. RogueEnergy.com. And you buy one of these tubs, folks, it lasts literally forever. I recommend using about 2/3 of this, or the recommended serving, which obviously increases your load by 2/3 or by 1/3, which is great too. So check about RogueEnergy.com. Promo code JimDavisMTG. RogueEnergy.com. All right, chat coming out with me, and analyze the Pollen Bushwhack 5 lands. I've seen better. Yeah, we're gonna mulligan this. Sure. Mulligan into a much better hand. We got Beanstalk into Overlord, Bushwhack, so we can the Bushwhack. I guess we could keep Bushwhack and get a Mountain. That seems unnecessary though. I'll just ship this. All right. Well, Archive. Binding, great. So, fire up the Verge. Beans on 2, Overlord on 3 is obviously the ideal start. Probably, so this is Blue-Eye Control or the Oculus deck. All right, it's the Oculus deck. Okay, so they're trying to reanimate Oculus. Or Haughty Jin. Probably going to be a hard matchup for us, honestly. They just have a bunch of counter spells, and I mean, I don't have a ton, I guess, but we'll see. See what happens. They're able to return the Jin this turn and have a counter spell. We might be in trouble. Here comes Sleight of Hand. This deck's pretty sweet. Plays more like a Pioneer deck than a standard deck. All right, so they have 2 mana up. We're not playing a Cavern of Souls, right? There's 0 Caverns in this deck. I don't love that. If I Overlord here and they just counter, I guess I just have freaking Beanstalk and Blades. You're right. All right, sure, whatever. Cast the Overlord.
Spawn more Overlords.
Sure, so still 2 for 1. Lockdown isn't great against them, but our spot removal spells are. Once we have Beans in play too, I think they can't really remove it, so. Helping Hand back to Jin. And we've Get Lost and Binding. Binding costs $1 million right now, though, which is kind of a problem. Alright, so we'll just cast Talent. We don't have a token in play either, which is pretty awkward, but might as well just try and resolve this. What's up, Sinister? Appreciate it. Everyone's a hi to Sinister. Alright, and we say go. No draw kind of stinks. Obviously, if that Overlord resolve, we have a token in play. We can copy the land, which is really, really cool too, which is kind of the idea. But It's a moment of truth twice. I still hate Get Lost. I mean, I don't like it. You know, it's obviously a playable card, but it's, you know, definitely when you're going big, like this deck is, the downside is much less. Like, you're playing in a control deck or a mid-range deck where they have time to get value off of it, but if you're going big, it isn't as bad. So it's better in, like, domain decks like this. Attack for 6. Leyline Binding is looking pretty awkward here. We draw an Overlord. Again, the problem here is that they're probably going to counter this. We're going to try and Impending it, because I care more about the token and the land than the actual creature. And if they counter it, we'll get Lost the Jhin. Draw a Mountain. I played a land to play around the counter once you play 2, which is kind of annoying, actually, but that's fine. They're going to Soul Partition the Caretaker's talent in response. Fine by me. I just want the Overlord to resolve, you know? Sweet. So now my binding costs 1. I get Lost also. I think we're going to plan on just upkeep, get Lost. Impending goes off. End step, they want to cast a spell. I'll cast this binding. It's a little sketchier to rely on the everywhere lands for binding. Obviously, binding costs 3 in this deck otherwise, which is probably like fine, but... Alright, so we're going to upkeep this. They'll probably counter, but that's fine, I think. Talent will not trigger Beans. Beans cares about the printed cost on the card. So it counters for 1, it's fine. If they have a counter for the lockdown, the binding also. I guess we gotta like untap and play it around a soft counter, but killing this before they attack is also a huge game too. So here's sleight of hand. Land 3 cards. Take 9. Alright, we draw. Second binding is a banger. Alright, so let's cast a binding. Draw a card. Draw Passage. And they're going to counter target spell, sure. Binding again. Draw a card. Another Beans, cool. That's gonna resolve. Eat the Jhin. They have 2 cards left. They have a... Oh, no. They have a Get Lost. Alright. Well, we need to draw another binding or Get Lost or we lose. Here we go. How about land number 4, huh? How about land number 4? Alright. That was kind of a tough one. I feel like, we fell a little bit short that game. But whatever. We're going to bring in 2 Rest in Peace. Exercise seems great against them and just kills all their threats. 4 copies of Calamity's Wake? These players are crazy. I mean, exiling their graveyard is good, but like that just seems awful. So I want these lockdowns. I want these exercises. We should have killed their creatures. I don't know how these Sunfalls can go. Maybe even like 1 Sunfall. We should want to 1-for-1 them to death. Interrupter's actually pretty good against some of their stuff, but let's see here. This deck's playing 23 lands. Wow. I'm gonna cut an Overlord of the Mistmoors. I think that the bigger cards aren't as important. I'm actually bringing another. I'm gonna leave like 2 Sunfalls in. Calamity's Wake is kind of interesting. It's Tormod's Crypt and Silence. So I can force the resolution of a spell. I get their graveyard too, but that's fine. Alright, on the play. Sunfall, Binding. This hand is not great. Again, Binding without the Overlord is like pretty tough.
Spawn more Overlords.
Yeah, I don't know if we can keep this. We can't even get Binding cost. But with Binding cost 3, it's fine. Like, it's passable at least. But alright, where's our mulligan? Mulligan into... Oh my god. Oh man.
Still a piece of
Alright. We'll ship a binding. So far, this deck is looking a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna get our mountain. And yeah. Get lost. Okay. I mean, sure. I mean, we're just gonna play this to care of this talent because, like, if they counter it, whatever. Honestly, it doesn't really do anything for us right now, anyway. So this actually is a little rough, but definitely a bad matchup. We are like a ramp deck, and they are just like the Delver counterspell deck. You know, these decks really suffer against aggro decks and aren't as good against mid-range decks. They are really good against ramp and control decks, just like just historically. So play Verge and chart in a course. Discarding an Oculus. All right, well, they've had pretty good draws too, unfortunately, but sure. That sucks. They can. Shit, that's fine. So we draw exercise. That's fine. All right. So exile this. Like, we're not really getting anywhere. It feels like, you know, we're not really like drawing cards. I guess they counted our talent and stuff, but like we don't have any tokens anyway. Here's sleight of hand. Rest in peace, of course, is insanely good against this deck. Moment of truth. Moment of truth indeed. Alright, so they get rid of a helping hand. They don't want that one. Attack for 2, it's fine. Free reign to cast a spell. We don't draw one though, so it sucks. Would have liked the boom boom there, I think. Land 5 for them. They have 5 cards in hand. Moment of truth again. Certainly sculpting their hand here. And they've been an Oculus. Okay. The third helping hand, sure. So we gotta kill this, obviously, in their end steps. They can't manifest. We have plenty of ways to do that, which is nice, so take 2. And we get planes. We'll play Get Lost first, hoping they counter it. And then we can Binding. Giving them 2 maps and they have a creature in play, yeah, kind of sucks, but yeah, Get Lost being Get Lost, you know? Untap and draw another land. Alright, come on. Need a little help here. Help me out a little bit. Just like a tiny bit, please. This is like amusingly only has 23 lands, too. Just playing like the Bushwhack effects. And the Analyze the Pollens, which are pretty cool. Attack for 2, no maps. Blue, blue. Chart a course, draw 2. Recommission the Oculus. Sure. Well, if they counter us, we lose. I guess they could have Get Lost of their own. Ugh. Tough way to start our day, you know? Let's draw at Sunfall, please. We got 2 Sunfall in the deck, right? That is not a Sunfall. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we're just dead here. Alright, well, not a great start. Seems like a pretty tough matchup, honestly. But deck seems to have some issues. Obviously, again, it didn't do well in the tournament, so let's take some shots at it. Alright, try it again. Sure. We can keep this. Sounds pretty nice, actually. Like to find a 2-drop to bridge the gap here, but we got Blackleaf Cliffs, Hopeless Nightmare. Sure, that's fine. And we draw another talent. All right, that's a lot of talent, you know. As long as we can resolve our Overlord, I think we'll be all right. So Nightmare again. Discard a talent. Yeah, this is where I think we're good here. They missed the land drop too. What are you doing, opponent? All right, get our Overlord on the line. And now we just have Caretaker's talent, copy everywhere, draw. Pretty cool. We actually had a good draw that game, all right? Come on, what are we doing here? All right, so they're just playing like probably like a Vipers or discard or something. These lockdowns seem a little iffy. Like locking down all their like enchantments, if they have that black enchantment removal spell, is kind of devastating actually. Like, I kind of want to bring these exercises. This card's good. Maybe main deckable. All right. How many decks today? A lot. I'll be playing a ton of decks today and tomorrow. Again, I'm really trying to finish up my content this week. Here's a schedule. You know, I want everything shut down by content-wise by Sunday. I want to have next week in full to test, and then I'm testing in person for a week also. So this is Worlds, folks. This ain't no joke, all right? You know, like, I'd like to do well in Worlds, obviously, so putting in extra time. They're virgin. All right, we're just going to get... we should get, like, a forest or a mountain here. Let's get a mountain, I think. And then we'll... migration for a forest. Set up for hopeful turn 3 over... turn 3 Overlord. FOMO! 1:30 Eastern? Yeah, I'll be having lunch before that, so... Scar land, sure. We'll get a mountain. Play Thicket, say go. Draw an Overlord too. Hell yeah.
Bingo!
Now we're online. Good games, Legros. Appreciate it, thank you. Alright. Not sure what our opponent's doing yet, but... They got their Verges online. Disturbing Mirth. Cards gas. Alright, so they're going to sack the FOMO? Just nothing? What are you doing? Alright. What are we doing over here? We got to do something here. Testing for Worlds, you know? Let's go. Alright, so fire up the Overlord. I feel like once you turn 3 Overlord, this deck just goes from being, like, just completely turns on. You know? This is, yeah, I'll be on YouTube. Like, that first Overlord just turns everything on. The bindings, the talents, ramping, like... Chainsaw. With no targets. Is this a draft deck? What is going on? Like... Mirthin again, sure. Why not? Why would you just play...
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Alright. Manifest. Final Vengeance. We draw Urbrask's Forge. Get the Forge online. Just leave up our Get Lost, I guess. Or we could Overlord. Overlord at Binding. That's pretty good, too. I want to get the thing online, but just Overlord, so... Alright, so this is Overlord.
Spawn more Overlords.
Make 2 tokens. Say go. Binding is up. Draft prep 2. That's Bronze to Mythic, right? Ooh, that's awesome. FOMO with Forge. Second combat step means you get 2 Forge triggers. That's really cool. That's a cool interaction. FOMO again. Discarding a land. Still in Delirium. This only sacrifices enchantments or creatures, so having this chainsaw in play is like really weird.
Make a little noise here, huh? Come on, I can't hear you!
So if the FOMO goes to the graveyard, it'll give them Delirium. I think I'm going to double block the face down and just binding the FOMO. Their draft deck was so sick, they had to give it a go in Standard. Cool. Obviously, the longer this game goes on, the better for us, so... Hopeless Nightmare was the Manifest card. Chainsaw gets only 1 counter. It counts if 1 or more creatures die, so... It is good with Forge, I guess. That's kind of cute. Chainsaw and Forge. But, like, not that cute, you know? Alright. We got land. I guess there's land Forge here, right? Get the Forge going. Have Get Lost up. We'll probably just Get Lost this FOMO. And of course, we have the impending doom of these Overlords coming in. Draw land, herd migration, pretty awesome. This deck, like most domain decks, feels like a mid-range killer. What am I playing in Worlds? I have no idea, folks. We're really just starting testing, you know? I won't know until a day before deck submission. And here is the Rotten Mouth Viper. Here is the big payoff. So they will disturb Mirth. Forged Chainsaw is kind of cool, but like the equip cost is 3. You know, that's a lot. I guess like it's cool, like a chainsaw in play with a forge does make it a real threat, but all right, so ETBs or attacks with a blight counter on it, then for each blight counter. So if I kill this in response, there'll be no blight counter. It'll check last zone information, it'll be 0, so we'll just do that. Thanks, Z-Games, appreciate it. Testing outs for Worlds, yep. I leave on the 19th. We'll be there for a week testing for Worlds. Oh yeah, double combat steps pretty sick. The Viper had to die though, right? Is this Viper counts combat steps too? Enters or attacks, sure. Alright, we draw land. So, I mean, we just have migration here. That's pretty good. Alright, so they're going to trade? No. Alright. Fire up the herd. They do have active double combat steps, but I have a herd and an overlord and a get lost, so. Kind of a cool deck, honestly. Like Mirth, Nightmare, Viper. Viper's a very powerful card, but like, I feel like it's a lot worse than standard. Everyone's playing a million removal spells. Your opponent can kill it, it's not very good, but. Bat God. Okay, sure. Mapping onto the Bat God. Draw land, sure. I mean, we'll just get lost the Bat God, right? I don't mind you know, they get it back in 2 turns or whatever, it's fine. Woolly onto the Veil, not so good here. They were good, folks. We've got 3 times 6. 18 plus this. They chump block this. It's still 18 damage, so they have to block. So we just killed a bat, attack with everything. Get out of here.
Get off my
We're going
plane.
bat hunting. Comes in tap, whatever. Make a token. Send it. They chump block the Overlord. It's still 18 damage exactly, so they have to block with the FOMO. And then once they block the FOMO, they can't win anymore, I don't think, so. And also, our Overlord comes off suspend, too, so. Alright, so we're gonna kill. This makes more sense, obviously, so. Darth! What's up? Alright, so down to 3. Creatures die. And it's, let's just play this because they have, like, discard spin effects, so. Overlord goes in. Forge goes up. Fire up Restless Vents. Oh my god, did I just die? I didn't see the vents. Oh my god.
I bet you weren't expecting that one, God.
Alright, that's on me. I just missed the vents in play. I just didn't see it. Yeah. That's fine. Embarrassing, but fine. We are... Sure. I feel like these... I'm going to bring like 2 lockdowns back in. Shave and exercise. And a bushwhack. Come on, who actually saw that the vents there, right? No, none of you saw it either. So... Alright, that's fine. We keep this. Get the old beans. We will bushwhack for probably a plains. Alright. Search for a land. Get a plains. And we got beans on 2, which is the most important thing by far. That makes our hand a lot worse. What's up, Yummy? Alright. Oh, I should play the passage, actually. Whatever, it's fine. Got our Overlord. Draw Thicket, sure. Alright, yeah, I mean, we're just chilling. Binding costs 1 million. Hopeless Nightmare's fine. I feel like Bean's Overlord is so good, but like the games you don't have it are really awkward, so it's like needing to find that bridge. Alright, so Passage for Forest, play Overlord, they go top bottom, it's fine. A little flooded here, but we can get a mountain actually. It's better for domain because I'm more likely to draw Forest. Sure. Here's Overlord. Binding costs 4, not very impressive. Like, if Overlord of the Haunt Woods was your companion, this deck would be insane. Or your commander or whatever. Dress me again, sure. Let's draw a banger, please. Here's Urbrass Forge. What kills first? My 2 tokens and my Overlord or their Forge? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. And they go 1, 2. Yeah, definitely these, so. That's annoying. Alright, well. Sure. What's up, Ring Chase? Thanks for the reset. We're playing a deck similar to our opponent's deck, I believe. Ooh, bad guy changed the math. Alright. We have a lot of exile effects. We don't really have much, like, card draw, though. We also just can't draw a spell, which kind of sucks. But, I guess we just haven't drawn Caretaker's Talent, like, ever, basically. But yeah. Their deck's cool, honestly. Forge, FOMO, Mirth, Viper.
You're telling me what you know.
It's so funny how we're just playing 23 lands. Like, we're playing so fewer lands than most domain decks.
I've always hated crowds.
Yeah, FOMO Forge is really cool. Alright, yeah. Not looking so good here. So, like, what's our best draw? It's probably not Overlord. We're gonna have this Overlord live too, I guess, so. We're at 7, though. We're probably just dead, right? So, like, double Overlord active. No cards in hand. They have a 4-power and a 2-power Trampler and the Bat God. Bat God draws a card.
Don't overthink things.
Yeah. So we just... They draw a card, we chump block, and we just eat these. These forges are getting rough. FOMO is not even close to... Oh, they draw a card too, it's sick. This deck's cool. Their deck's sweet. We draw a forge of our own, great. I mean, we forge, we attack. We just die in the backswing, right? Yeah. Yeah, we're just dead. Man, they really cheesed us out with that chainsaw in game 1. It just, everything looked what they're doing looked so bad, and now we're just like, now we're just embarrassingly dead. All right. I mean, we could definitely be drawing better, but this deck does seem to have some structural issues. Oh shit, we're paused. Fuck. That's really annoying. Nagrul. All right, you got the Beanstalk. We'll just fetch a Forest, I guess. Forest, Verge. Or your second Thicket. Let's get a Mountain now. So, land, get a Mountain. Thicket, Beanstalk. Deep Cavern Bat. No! There goes my beans! My beans! Bushwhack. Alright, well, once again, you draw some spells. I feel like they did a really bad job at drawing Caretaker's Talent and Urbrass Forge. We're just dead again. This deck might be Stains, folks. You draw a Binding and it costs 100,000. This is actually embarrassing. Alright. Might have started out with a dud here, honestly. Deep Cavern Bat again. Sure. This was just from a Japanese tournament. It went 6-2. Alright, so... They just draw 2 more cards and the game's over. Yeah. How many, is this deck playing any of the Surveil lands? Playing 0 Surveil lands? Alright. I think this list is, like, super suspect. Alright. They'll counterverse and we'll concede. Okay. 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 So I guess the person who played this just had turn 3 Overlord every game and never got disrupted. Like, that's my guess. Just Dimir mid-range. It's not much you want on our board. Just run it back. Alright, on the play. Sure. This hand's pretty nice. We got our Overlord, most important part. Spy Ghost Siren, sure. This deck could play Pyroclasm. Yeah, Pyroclasm is obviously very good. Alright, so we're going to... I'll get a Mountain here. We'll Migration from Mountain and try and cast Overlord. They have Deep Cavern Bat. Alright, we just kill this, I think. This kind of sucks, but, like, I just have to Overlord on 3, I think, so... They got a bunch of maps. So many maps. In for 1. We get to resolve our Overlord, which is a big game, obviously. It wasn't a small Japanese tournament. It was like 100 players or something like that. Alright, are they mapping or are they playing spells? Deep Cavern Bat again, sure. Just kind of like Hastic Sunfall. And then we just forge them. Sure, I mean, our this is great. They have no clock this game, so... Alright, sure. So, Fire in the Forge. Slud, resub, thanks so much. You folks just tuning in, welcome. My name is Jim. I'm a pro Magic player, full-time content creator, and we are prepping for the World Championship of Magic the Gathering 2024. It's in a few weeks, and somehow they're letting me play in it, so... Not sure how or why, but here we are. Draw beans. The Slasher's here to kind of muck things up a little bit. Alright, well, we're taking a Slasher hit, but whatever, I guess. We can't stop it, so... If we draw a land for Migration next turn, it'd be great. Yeah, Slasher's definitely a new, exciting card. What was my path to queue for Worlds? I cheated. I do well in the Pro Tours all year. Got there on match points. Alright, so lose half, go to 6. Go to 4. Analyze the pollen. We can analyze the pollen. We can cycle this, gain life, analyze the pollen. But... I don't know, it's good enough. Yeah, sure. Planes. I mean, collect evidence. And there better be something good in there. I don't know what we can get for 4 mana that wins this game, but with the Shielder in play, obviously our Beanstalk's somewhat a liability. Those are our only options. Lands or Overlords. Alright. I don't think we can win here, but... Fire up the Forge's attack. Overlord produces 2 blockers. We're at 7, going to 5, going to 3. Alright. That's our Overlords alive too now. I mean, maybe. Like, we need to draw a way to kill Shieldred. The problem is Binding or Sunfall will be scary because we'll still lose life. I mean, we're in it. I do agree this deck seems very rough around the edges, though. Conceptually, it's kind of cool, but kill the Overlord. Yeah, we're going to be at a now-age map, and if hit any spell, we lose. So that's a land. All right. Not a spell. Spell. So now we block 1, 2, take 3, die on our turn. Yeah. All right. All right. So I think we obviously ran a little bad, but overall this deck has some serious fundamental issues, which we'll discuss in a minute. All right, so there are cool things happening here. I do think that just like up the Beanstalk, Overlord of the Hauntwoods, Leyline Binding is like a really good place to be. That being said, Caretaker's Talent is really cool in this deck. There's a lot of cool things happening with it, but this deck just seems really poorly built. The mana base is heinous, and the deck just isn't doing enough when you're not on that Beans Overlord draw. We saw in a lot of those games our opponents were able to counter or Deep Cavern Bat our Beanstalk or our Overlord, and things fell apart really, really fast. So conceptually, this deck seems cool. This player did go 6-2 in a big tournament. That's not a not a bad result at all. And there's good things happening here for sure, but it certainly needs work. And we never saw the bottom end of the range for sure. But many more decks to play. You do folks, love you, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.